Hyderabad. Through the night, there have been non-stop protests, particularly in the area surrounding Charminar, over the comments made by suspended BJP MLA Raja Singh. Tension clearly simmers in parts of Hyderabad, and heavy police deployment has in fact been reported around the Charminar area, where we've been seeing heightened protests. Security has also been beefed up in main junctions of the city as angry locals continue their agitation against Raja Singh and the comments he's made. Remember that the suspended BJP MLA is currently out on bail, and that's what's triggered this fresh wave of protests. Things seem to have calmed down yesterday in the day, where we didn't see any sort of protest because the police had taken Raja Singh into custody. But again last night, you're seeing a lot more protests breaking out as locals gathered in hundreds there, particularly in the iconic Charminar area. Let's take this across to Apurva Jayachandran. She's joining us live from Hyderabad with the latest updates. Apurva, good morning. First of all, take us through what's the situation currently in your city.
Well, Akshita, it's been a very grim morning because, over the last 24 to 48 hours, what we've been seeing is a complete kind of chaos here in Hyderabad. Ever since, the expelled, the suspended, BJP leader Raja Singh had been granted bail there, massive protests erupted since last night, yet again here in Hyderabad, right across Charminar. Several, protesters are gathering around Charminar, even as the police were trying to defuse the situation as well. In fact, police deployment has been heavy in and across the whole city here in Hyderabad. This comes at a time, when the suspended BJP leader was just released. Ironically, right outside his house, we've also seen that, BJP supporters there, Raja Singh supporters there, they were cheering him on. They were in fact going on and cheering that he had got bail. Some of them who spoke to us also, committed saying Dharma wins. That is what, they were committing with drums, flowers, garlands that were being, showered right outside Raja Singh's residence. That was the kind of celebration that we were seeing on one side last night, while on the other part of the town, the entire city, there were effigies of Raja Singh that were burning. There were posters and photographs of Raja Singh that were being stamped on as a mark of raging protest there in Old City. All of this, yes, since yesterday night, over the night, the protests had continued here in Old City. The police there also, they had tried to defuse the situation. In fact, in one such protest, a police car had also been vandalized by the protesters, the angry mob that had completely shattered the windows.
Going by what you're saying, Apurva, it's getting violent. You're seeing incidents of vandalism, of these mobs rampaging through the streets of Hyderabad. We're going to be tracking closely what happens, what kind of action is taken by the authorities as well. Thanks for the moment for joining us.